how, specifically how I grew up in schools and everything, maths is more of a means to an end, where you need to pass maths to pass your grade. Otherwise, like, to fail maths, you fail. Yeah. So, you find yourself doing examples, doing more and more. It's like you kind of get used to it. Like, if there's something like that in the test, you know how to go about it. You don't know why, but you just do it. Because you've seen an example like that's a danger to understanding the subject as a whole.
So I wanted to add something about the anxiety of math, and maybe it's not related to math as well, but I feel like there's not enough emphasis on us developing self-knowledge, and I speak from my own experience because I think in my own development as a person, I realized too late to deal with anxiety and too late to find strategies that work for me. And I find that that's very critical to mathematics. And even now, so again, I'm obviously a parent now, I'm trying to bring those things out in my children sooner. I'm trying to help them realize sooner what are the things that make them feel relaxed, what are the things that help them deal with tension and anxiety. And I feel those are things that you actually have the space to develop at university and things that you need to develop before you go into the workplace. Because the anxiety that you have at university, I can assure you, doesn't compare to what's still coming when real life walks in with family responsibilities and with job and work and pressure and trying to balance everything. And this is the perfect environment to use to say, okay, so who am I? And what works for me to deal with my anxiety? Because again, I think it's a very personal experience. What helps you deal with your anxiety? Maybe it's running around the block. For me, that would induce more anxiety. so I think that's important to really sit with yourself and also what are the things that help me deal with those feelings? And I think that's imperative to dealing with anxiety. To this day, if I'm working on a difficult problem, my first reaction is this fight or flight or like anxiety, or can I do it, or am I stupid, what if I can't do it, what are people going to think, that type of thing. And now I have strategies to actually help myself deal with it, and things that make me calm, and things that I do that are my things. And I think that's important. I don't think we talk about that enough in mathematics. It's not that just sorting out the sums. So what if you really are anxious about mathematics? What do you do with that? And getting help and speaking to people, yes. But I think you also need to have that conversation with yourself with regards to what are the things that make me feel peaceful, because you need to discover that. And also in terms of what you said there, well, I think it's Mrs. Brian said about people that tell you that you can't do math. So I have a very vivid experience in grade 3 of sitting on a carpet in a maths class, and I just gone to a new school. And the teacher, who knew that I was not English-speaking first language at that stage, asked a question to the group, and she asked me to answer it. And I could not find the words to answer or understand the question, and I was just overcome with anxiety because I was sitting in a carpet situation with people that I had seen for the first time today, and you're already trying to make a good impression and to try and make friends at a new school. And I couldn't answer. And she said the following. She said, if you can't even do this, you're never going to be able to do math. and I can tell you that emotionally, I can tell you what was on the walls of the classroom, the color of the carpet. I can tell you what jacket she was wearing. Like, it was burned in me, that moment of someone saying to me, but you can't do this. And I was absolutely mortified. I went home and I said to my mom, everyone in that class thinks I can't do maths. And that's now set the scene for making friendships, for me having to deal with going back to the class. And obviously my parents took action like parents do, and there were some conversations at school that were less than pleasant, and very quickly I was moved to a different class. But the point is, I think there's a lot of that we bring into mathematics, as you said, and still to this day I have to battle with that conversation, and it's very real to me. And I can say to you that even though I've dealt with it, and obviously now I feel like I can do mathematics, that voice of, well, can you really do it? It does stick with you. I don't know. I think it's a very emotional reaction. So I think many of us come with baggage of teachers who maybe even just in passing, I mean, I don't think that she tried to target me. I think the point was maybe she was just having a bad day, and she really felt that we should all know that. And I understand that now as a lecturer, that sometimes we have this emotion that this is really something that's basic, and that we feel our students should know. But maybe they don't, and maybe we really need to be sensitive to that and think about what we're saying, because one comment like that could potentially change a person's life. And really, I mean, at that point it was up to me to decide, am I going to continue with maths? Because at that stage I felt like I'm never going to be able to do maths. This is not my thing. And now when I look back, I'm very glad that I got up and said, and in me, personally, there was this fire that started burning of, I'll show you. And it's never left me, that thing of, and I don't even know where the person is anymore, she might not even be around anymore. But the point is that thing of, I'll show you, you don't get to tell me whether I can do maths or what I can't do. That's never left me. But I think many of us have those things that happen that maybe determine how we feel about maths. And just to challenge you on those things and say, you know, you get to say what you can and cannot do and not let those things rule how you feel about maths.